Did you know that over 80% of cold start engine damage is completely preventable? Yet most drivers still make the same deadly mistakes every single winter. And these mistakes don't show damage right away. They quietly wreck your engine from the inside out until one day you're staring at a $3,000 repair bill wondering what went wrong. In this video, I'm revealing the 10 cold start mistakes that are secretly killing your engine every morning. Mistakes mechanics don't tell you about because they profit when you ignore them. Don't skip mistake number 6. It's one of the most common and most destructive things drivers do without even realizing it. Let's begin with number 1, revving right after start. It might sound satisfying, but it's basically asking your engine to do CrossFit before it's had coffee. During a cold start, your engine oil is still thick and sluggish, kind of like syrup trying to squeeze through a coffee stirrer. It hasn't had time to circulate properly yet, which means all those fast-spinning metal parts, they're grinding together without proper lubrication. This leads to something mechanics call piston slap, but I call it your engine's way of crying softly for help. The worst part? You might not notice the damage today, but give it a few months or a couple winters, and boom, your engine's lifespan is quietly being drained. So the next time you're tempted to rev it like you're on a racetrack, just remember, warm up first, flex later. Number 2, letting it idle too long. Look, you want your car nice and toasty before you hop in, but if you're letting it sit there idling like it's a fireplace on wheels, you're not doing your engine any favors. In fact, you're slowly choking it. Because modern engines don't need long warm-ups like the old carbureted dinosaurs did. While your car sits there purring like a sleepy cat, it's actually running rich, dumping extra fuel to stay alive in the cold. Problem is that unburnt fuel can sneak past your piston rings and into your engine oil, diluting it like cheap cologne in a luxury bottle. That means less protection, more wear, and surprise. You've just created the perfect conditions for long-term engine damage. The smarter move is start it, wait 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently. Think of it like walking before jogging. Number 3, taking only short trips. If your idea of driving is just a quick run to the corner store and back, your engine probably hates you a little. Short trips might be convenient for you, but for your engine, they're like being woken up, dragged out of bed, and then told, never mind, go back to sleep. Because your engine needs time to reach its optimal operating temperature, about 195 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit, where moisture, fuel residue, and combustion byproducts get burned off and expelled. But when you shut it down too soon, all that nasty stuff stays inside. And in cold weather, that moisture combines with unburnt fuel to form acids that sit in your oil and start corroding internal components like a slow, silent engine assassin. You may not see the damage now, but over time, it stacks up. So if short trips are unavoidable, at least take the scenic route once in a while. Number 4, using the wrong oil viscosity. Most drivers don't even know they're doing it wrong. Using oil that's too thick for cold weather is like trying to sip frozen milkshake through a coffee straw. During those first critical seconds after a cold start, your engine depends on fast-flowing oil to coat all the metal parts flying around at thousands of RPM. But if your oil is too thick, it's crawling instead of flowing. And that delay means metal-on-metal friction, accelerated wear, and long-term damage that adds up fast. Think of it this way. Your engine doesn't care what brand of oil you use if it's not the right viscosity for your climate. So check that second number on the oil bottle. If you live where winter bites, you need something like a 0W20 or 5W30, not that thick 10W40 sludge. Number 5, shutting off turbo too soon. If your car is turbocharged and you shut it off right after a spirited drive, congrats, you've just signed your turbo's death certificate. Because your turbo spins up to 200,000 RPM and gets hotter than your ex's DMs, like over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The only thing keeping that precision hardware alive is a constant stream of oil. But the moment you turn off the engine, that oil flow stops instantly, while the turbo's still spinning and sizzling. What happens next? That leftover oil inside the turbo bakes into carbon deposits, turning your bearings and shaft into sandpaper central. Then comes your next cold start, and guess what? That gunked up turbo doesn't get the clean oil it desperately needs. Boom, wear, tear, and turbo repair bills. The fix? Super easy. After highway runs or heavy acceleration, let the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before shutting it off. Number 6. Blasting the heater immediately. It's freezing and you want that cabin warm ASAP, but cranking the heater to full blast the second you start the engine? Bad move. Your engine needs to build heat, not share it right away. The heater pulls warmth from your engine's coolant, and blasting it too soon is like trying to boil water while someone keeps stealing the heat. The result? A slower warm-up, poor fuel burn, thicker oil for longer. And, yep, more wear on your engine. Instead, keep the heater off or low for the first few minutes. Let the engine warm up first, then enjoy the toasty vibes without wrecking your engine's morning routine. Number 7. Forgetting the transmission needs warm-up. Your engine isn't the only one freezing. Your transmission fluid turns into molasses in the cold. If you throw it into drive and mash the gas right away, that thick fluid can't flow through the tiny passages fast enough. The result? Harsh shifts, delayed engagement, and long-term damage to clutch packs and valve bodies. Always give it a gentle warm-up. Smooth driving for the first few minutes goes a long way in keeping your transmission happy. Number 8. Skipping the block heater. If you live where winter hits hard and you're not using a block heater, you're basically making your engine churn frozen syrup every morning. A block heater keeps your coolant and oil warm, which means easier starts, faster lubrication, and way less wear during those brutal first seconds. Without it, your starter strains, your battery suffers, and your engine components grind cold and dry. It's a simple plug-in, or a pricey engine rebuild down the road. Number 9. Running on cheap winter gas. All gas is not created equal, especially in winter. Those bargain station fuels often lack proper cold weather additives, which means your fuel can actually start to freeze or separate in low temps. That leads to hard starts, sputtering, and clogged fuel systems. Saving a few cents per gallon could cost you hundreds in repairs. Stick to major brand stations during winter. They treat their fuel right, so your engine doesn't pay the price. Number 10. Cranking the engine. Too hard in cold. Your car won't start, and you're holding the key like it owes you money. Cranking it again and again, hoping it'll fire up. But every long or repeated crank in cold weather drains your battery fast, overheats your starter motor, and floods your engine with fuel it can't burn properly. That combo leads to misfires, fouled spark plugs, and in some cases, permanent starter damage. The smarter move: turn the key, give it a few seconds, and if it doesn't catch, stop, wait 10-15 seconds, and try again. If you're in extreme cold, use a block heater or battery warmer. Cranking like crazy just adds insult to injury, and your engine won't appreciate it.